Hopefully you are feeling comfortable and confident in the server environment here in the shell and on the command line, because I'm going to throw a curveball at you now by beginning to talk about security and permissions. Notice that when we're in our home directory, if we want to create a directory, it's as simple as issuing the mkdir or make directory command and then the name of the directory that we would like to create. You can see here the new directory that I just created. However, if you cd to the root directory and attempt to use the make directory command here, you will receive an error. Make directory cannot create directory new, or whatever name you've specified. Permission denied. Now, why are we able to create a directory in our home directory, but not in the root directory? Hopefully, the answer is rather obvious. In your home directory, you're able to do pretty much whatever you want because it is your home directory. That is the home directory for the user, which you are currently logged in as. In this case, it's Cody, and I'm in Cody's home directory, and Cody can do pretty much whatever he wants in his home directory. However, when I'm in the root directory and other directories, I may need different permissions. In the root directory in particular, I'll need root permissions if I'm going to make changes such as creating directories, removing directories, creating files, and deleting files in that root directory. Now, I can get root privileges by using the sudo command. sudo, sudo is going to give you super user privileges. You're still logged in as the local user, in this case Cody, but for a time you will be granted super user privileges so that you can do things like create directories. By issuing sudo make directory and then new, and then entering my password, my user password, I can create the directory new in root, and I can see with the ls command that it has in fact been created. Now, let's remove the directory. Try remove directory and then new, rmdir, and then new. Notice that you get the same error. You need sudo, you need root privileges, and you can get those root privileges with sudo in order to remove this new directory. By issuing sudo and then the remove directory command, and of course specifying the directory, you have now removed that directory from the root directory. Now, I want you to understand that the sudo command does not simply apply to creating and removing directories. It's going to apply to a host of other functions and features here in CentOS. So we'll be using sudo very regularly, so you'll want to get comfortable with it and how it functions. Putting sudo at the beginning of a command is going to make a request that you temporarily gain root privileges. So you'll run sudo and then the command for which you need root privileges. You'll enter your password when prompted, and then if you've done everything correctly, your command will go through properly. So if you're trying to do things on your server and you're receiving permission denied errors, you can try using the sudo command. But a word of caution, the sudo command can be used to break the system. So be sure that if something requires root privileges, it's probably secure and it's probably important and it's probably locked down like that for a reason. Make sure that you know what you want to do and that it's safe to do it if it requires root privileges.